So hello, Gearspace. I'm Mangu from Tesseract Modular, and here we are in the Superbooth. I want to talk a little about my new gear. So first, I'm going to talk about this joystick, which is actually a prototype, will be available in about 3 months. So basically, it's a joystick controller and also a looper. It has 2 channels of CV and 2 channels of audio. The quality of the audio is 48 kilohertz and 24 bits. And it has a loop size of 150 seconds per channel, so 2 minutes and a half per channel. So basically, for the CV outputs, if I press, now I have this channel selected. If I press the X output will be present here. If I press the Y, it will be the Y axis. If I press LFO, it will be an LFO that I can control the rate and the amplitude, or I can choose if I want to control maybe the shape, whatever. If I press the envelope, it will be an Euclidean envelope generator. For this, I need to plug an external clock signal. And with this, I will control the amount of bits with this axis. And with this axis, it will be like the decay of the envelope. And if I press this one, it will be the CV input coming out through the output. So that's for the CV channels. For the audio channels, it's a little different because what it does is to process the incoming audio signal. So, for example, let's put some drums here. Okay. If I press the X, I will have a filter where I can control the cutoff of the filter, also the resonance. I can decide also if I prefer to control instead of the resonance any other parameter like the mix between high pass and low pass, whatever. Here we have a reverb, and I can control the mix with dry, let's say, and the size of the reverb. And here I have an LFO with a filter. And this is the Euclidean envelope generator. So in this axis, I will have the decay, long decay, short decay, very short decay. And in this direction, I have the amount of bits, let's say the Euclidean pattern. So this will be full pattern. And here, less bits. So to use the looper is pretty easy. To use the looper, I need also an external trigger to start the looping and to start the playback. So it's very easy. I press the arm button, and with the next trigger, it will start recording. It's recording now. Now, with the next trigger, it has stopped the recording and start the playback. So now it's playing the loop. And yeah, that's it, more or less. There is also there are also 2 extra CV outputs, but these ones are analog mixes of these 2 ones. So this will be like the sum of these 2 ones, and the B will be like the difference of these 2 ones. So if you have in the C the X-axis, and in the D you have the Y-axis, in these 2 ones you will have like a diagonal axis. And of course, if you have an LFO or an envelope or whatever, there will be like something relative to those signals. So that's it. And yes, if you want to clean the loop, just long press here, and then we are again here. So that's it. It's like a joystick controller, but it's also a looper. It's also an audio processor and a CV generation machine with LFOs, envelopes, and well, the point of the recording being made through a trigger is that everything will keep in sync with the sequencer. So with the arm button, you just say next trigger, start recording, but everything will be, in perfect sync. So that's the joystick. And this is the other one I'm working in. I have been working pretty long time in this one. This is like a multi-channel audio device, and each channel can be a multi-effect processor. It can be a VCO. It can be a sample player. It can play samples directly from the micro SD card. It has also an harmonic oscillator. It has also a chord generator will make chords depending on the CV and also on the internal scale, because it has on the global settings you can choose scales and the key, and of course you can edit your own scale, etc. So here we have in this channel a VCO which is being processed through a filter, then through a VCA, and then through a delay. Then another channel I have a sample player which is doing this. The VCO is this one. Yes, I have also a delay in another channel. So the delay this delay that is coming from the signal is coming from the send of the mixer to a channel in Vinia and then return to the return channels. So each channel can be anything you need. The modulation possibilities are pretty big. So, for example, we got this filter which is like a high pass and a low pass at the same time, and you can choose. You have control over the center frequency and the distance between both filters. If I click here, you can edit the parameters. This encoder will select the parameter. This other encoder will and if I want to modulate this parameter, all I need is to click. Then I can choose the source, where we have the 8 CV inputs, the 8 LFOs, because each channel has an LFO, the 8 sequences, because each channel has a small sequencer for modulation purposes, envelope followers of the audio, the macros, and of course MIDI CC, which has MIDI learn also. That's it. It's like everything can modulate everything in a very easy way. There is also another type of modulation, which is the audio rate modulation. So let's say if the sorry, let's keep this a little so we have some fun here. The audio rate modulation will happen at the moment only within the same track. So in this channel, like channel number 1, where I have the VCO, I'm not using the audio input, so I can use the audio input to plug in VCO, for example, and then modulate let's say, I can modulate with the audio input, the pitch modulation, the phase modulation, the shape, all in audio rates. Or I can also modulate with the audio input, the filter frequency, and of course I can use all the sources to do audio rate modulation, like the LFO and the envelope. And yeah, that's it, more or less. Yes, we have also this oscilloscope, where you can zoom in and out, of course, which is always fun to see the signal flowing. So that's it, more or less. This is what we have. This one should be ready in about 3 months. This one should be ready in about 2 months. This is going to be from 200 to 250 euros. This will be probably like 400 because it has some expensive components inside. So that's it. Thanks for watching. Have fun.